It is the end of week 9. Oh my goodness, these weeks are flying by, and the London Marathon start line is getting closer and closer. Welcome to PKS Runs. Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Paul. This is PKS Runs. You are joining me on my Saturday long run, and I promise I'm going to keep this video short because this run's a tough one and I haven't got much energy. So let's give you a little bit of a recap of this week. Well, if you saw last week's video, you would have known that I was buzzing. I was on a high. I had a really solid long run on the Saturday, and I was feeling the euphoria of distance running, of marathon training. I was feeling high, I was feeling good, and this week has been the exact opposite. I have felt tired, I have felt lethargic, and I've been questioning why on earth I put myself through this. That's been the story of the week. I didn't want to, oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, not sure what that was. Maybe the Russians are on their way. This week has been a real struggle. I have really been questioning why I do this. And the answer is, I don't know. I really don't. I'm still asking the questions. But I have actually had a good week training wise. On leaving the house, I had done 47 miles. I took a complete rest day yesterday. Well, I say complete rest day. I trained in the gym in the morning, but I drove to and from. I didn't run yesterday, I just didn't feel right. I really was exhausted. Ended up going back to bed at lunchtime with an absolutely banging headache and slept for most of the afternoon. You can't underestimate the mental toll of marathon training. It is shattering. However, some glimmers of light this week. On Tuesday, I got out for a double run. That's not the good bit. In the morning, I did a total of 10 miles and a sweat session at the gym, which was hard work. In the evening, I actually took one of the workouts from my Ben Parks training plan and I ran that. That was an interval session with 6 lots of 3 minutes at interval pace between 5:22 and 5:36 per mile. I'll put the conversions on the screen. I didn't hit those paces. I will put my splits up on the screen, but I had a pretty good effort. And considering that I had done 10 miles in the morning, I think it's all I could ask for. Why do that? Why run an interval session on tired legs? Well, why not? Let's work the body. Let's really compromise it and see what it's capable of. I got some good miles in on Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, my legs were completely dead. I think I got 6 miles in actually. And Thursday, I got my usual 10 miles. Today, I am going for another one of the workouts from the Ben Parks training plan. I haven't really looked at this plan for weeks. This has been the first time I have. Today's run, theoretically, 9 miles easy, 5 miles at marathon pace, 1 mile at tempo pace. I'll put them on the screen so that you can see what they are, and then another couple of miles easy pace. I'm majorly procrastinating because I'm 10.4 miles in and I haven't got to pressing the lap button on my watch to activate the marathon pace, and I'm just kind of running. But it's okay. I really didn't want to get out this morning, so the fact that I'm out and getting some miles done is a bonus in itself. So in a minute, I'm going to stop the camera and I'm going to press the lap button and I'm going to see what I can deliver of 5 miles at marathon pace. Actual marathon pace is 6 minutes 6 seconds per mile, so I've given myself a buffer of 6 to 6:10 per mile. It is incredibly windy, so whichever way this goes, it's going to be a really hard one. I'll see you on the flip side. You don't want to do the last few miles of my run for me, do you?
No.
Oh,
so good.
that's a shame, isn't it? She didn't want to do my run. So, we are just having a little break here. A walking break, about an hour and 50 into this run. I completed the 5 miles. I honestly don't know what the pace was, but it was absolutely horrid. A real mental battle. I'd had music on for the first 10 miles. I intentionally turned the music off, so really is you know, I just want to train the brain on these runs. Yeah, that's really tough. Obviously I'm quite intentional about the way that I train on my own, because on the day I just want to reap maximum benefit from having other runners around me, having people cheering me on from the crowds. You know, when you run a marathon, even the people that run alongside you, you know, they're encouraging you. When marathon runners spot someone that's struggling, they're the first person to, you know, chivvy them along and tell them you can do it. And you know, when you train with a group or you train with someone else, you've always got that. You've got somebody come on saying, come on, let's do this together. If I look at all the times that I've been out and run with other people, my heart rate is lower and my pace is faster, and there's something in the psychology of that. So I want these runs to be mentally tough, I really do. So like I said, I don't know what the times were on those splits. I didn't do the mile at tempo pace, and that is because probably for the last mile and a half my hamstring on my left leg was feeling really tight, and honestly I just didn't want to push it. I kept on going, but I did not want to try and increase that pace and push it any further. At the end of the day, you've got to be sensible, and at this point aim of the game is to get to the finish line, well, to get to the start line. Right, we are moving again. I am now just running home. Got about 3.5 miles to go, I think. 4 maybe. I should know that. I run this little bit of path home every day. I'm terrible at distances. I never plan anything out, so I never know how far it is from one place to the other. I just kind of busk it. So we have done 16.7 miles, and yeah, I'm toast. But you know what, considering when I woke up this morning, I did not want to get out and run at all. Yesterday I did not want to run at all. In fact, Thursday evening I genuinely was really asking the question why I'm bothering to do this. I think I'm happy with what I've done. The interesting thing about this whole process is when I started, apologies for the nipple, when I started running back in 2006, and do you know what, I'll wait until it's a little bit less windy and I'll talk to you then. Right, as I was trying to say, got a little bit of shelter from the wind now. One of the things that I kind of always aspired to, and I would have said until whenever it was that I started this channel, this has always been the motivation, And it was just to know, I basically just wanted to know that if I wanted to, I could run a marathon. That was my only goal. I never really had any intention of running for a marathon. I certainly never had any intention of running a marathon fast. I just wanted to know that I was fit enough and healthy enough to do it. Now, in those years, there have been some years where I have been nowhere near fit enough to run a marathon. In fact, I'd barely be fit enough to even run a half marathon. I've had some times where I've been really overweight. I've had some times when my mental health has been at absolute rock bottom. But for some reason, over the last couple of years, I've kind of obsessed over these fast times. I got a 2:45 and that was incredible, and now I'm going for a 2:40. And you know, just going back to the why is so important, because I've got to remember not to lose the love of running. And this week has kind of reminded me that I walk a very fine line between obsessing over the pace and the speed and the time, and they are a bit arbitrary, because I just want to do this because I want to enjoy it. And you'll notice that these videos, if you were to go back to the very beginning, the very first, oh my goodness, are you fucking kidding me? Right, there is somebody every week I pick up these energy gels, high five, someone presumably in Bridgewater training for a marathon. They feel like they can drop them. They drop them on the same bit of path every single week. Honestly, absolutely infuriates me, like in a major way. Afternoon. Yeah, I'm walking a very, very fine path between losing that love of running and, you know, burning myself out. So, as I was saying, if you go back to the very first video, I can't remember what it's called, but it's where I talk about signing up for the Manchester Marathon. In those original videos, I was being quite creative with shots and angles, and I was just out having fun. And I'm not out having fun at the moment. Last week was fun. I got to a place where it was enjoyable, but you know, I used to enjoy just waking up early in the morning, getting out, no pace objective, fasted, stop, get a bit of fuel on the way, and see where I end up. Now every run feels like there is a purpose, there is a target, and that's just not fun. So I don't know what all that means, other than we've got what is it, we're 9 weeks, 7 weeks until the London Marathon, and at the end of that I'm going to be reviewing. I've got Valencia at the end of the year, and there's going to be some serious soul searching to figure out what do these next few months look like as I recover, take stock. Who knows how London's going to go? Honestly, who knows? If I was going to call it now, I would say, shit, it's going to be a real struggle. But here is the one thing I think we know is going to be my trump card. Oh, I don't, flipping heck, I don't want to say that. Gosh. I'll tell you something else that's really bothering me at the moment. Donald fucking Juvenile Trump. Oh my goodness. Him, Elon Musk, JD Vance, absolutely destroying the world order. And honestly, I genuinely feel quite sad and quite anxious about it. That is consuming a lot of my mental energy. Don't really know how to respond to it. Anyway, that was an aside. But the Joker card in my back pocket is, everybody tells me that the crowds at London are insane. Considering I pulled 245 out of my back pocket at Loch Ness, where pretty much the entire run you're out on a solo run. I was there with my pacer Charlie. He was absolutely fucking useless actually in the end. Never actually said that on camera, but saying it now, he got cramped, couldn't keep up. But anyway, that's another story. I know that in the past, and I hate crowds, but somewhere deep within me there's a performer itching for a crowd to perform to, and I can't wait to just have all of those people around me just hyping me up, cheering me on, have some other runners to draft behind, and we'll see how we go. So I don't know, this video's been all over the place. I want it to be easy to edit. That's another side of this. Trying to document the journey in itself is exhausting. Trying to produce videos and feeling that pressure to produce videos is exhausting, but I want to do it. I enjoy doing it. So that's that. I normally say at the start of these videos, if you've enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe, but I'll do it at the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. Help me find the absolute arse bandit that keeps on dropping these, and I'll see you in the next video.